Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and the Holistic Practitioner. And I am out in the sun on the porch again. It's beautiful. So I'm feeling interesting today. So I'm about to get my cycle. I won't say I'm on it because it's very close and I can feel it. And I'm having all these feelings. And so I know it's the full moon too. So I know there's a lot of extra energy flowing, and I'm really needing to not just ground myself, but remind myself that I am a lovable woman, that I am lovable, that I am perfect the way that I am. And just going through my relationship things, but it's really not the relationship with the other person. It's the relationship with myself. I get it over and over again. I'm telling you, watch, especially when you're on your cycle, watch and listen to the things that starts to happen for you. Those things that we call PMS. Those feelings that we be like, oh, I'm so cranky, or I don't know why I'm so emotional, I don't know why I'm feeling a certain way. There's a reason for it, and if we could just take the time during that time to monitor those reasons, maybe over a couple of months, I think we would have great insight into what still needs to be healed within ourselves. Today I felt a sense of loss, like something was dying inside of me, that some part of me is dying. And I don't know if I was holding on to the part. I'm not even sure what part is dying, because I felt like this death was going on. I could feel like, I feel like something has to go, but it's in me. And I know, I hope this is not a confusing video, but I guess I'm working this out as I speak. I'm working this out with you all. Sometimes, a lot of times when we get a feeling, I know a lot of people sometimes feel like, my life is just sad, my relationship with my man or my woman or my partner is not good, and I feel like I just don't want to be here anymore. And what I realize is a lot of times that feeling is not that you want to end your life. That feeling is that you want to end a part of your life. And sometimes it even looks like the part of your life is coming from the outside that you want to end. But really it's something within you that you're not liking. And I think too it's a lot of just worthiness. I think for especially women of color, and probably so many women, when I think about it, I talk to so many women. What is this thing with women and our worthiness? No matter how beautiful we are, no matter how kind or rich or prosperous or successful we are, why does that feeling of worthiness or unworthiness, why does it still keep coming up for so many of us? And I do think that, yes, they come up a lot in our relationships, because if we're feeling unworthy, then we meet people that treat us that way. It seems like they treat everybody else better than they treat us. Is that really happening? Or maybe we're still not treating ourselves in a way that makes us feel whole. Because I feel like I know that there's these different parts of ourselves and that we have to actually get to know them. So I'm going to sit down today and get to know this part of myself that is not feeling like she needs to be here anymore. And I know that that's a spiritual, metaphysical thing when I say that she feels like she doesn't need to be here anymore. I think that there's a part of me, particularly when I'm in a relationship that has existed, that I've outgrown. It might be a needy part of me. It might be a part of me that is asking for something from someone else that maybe I'm not giving to myself. It may be a part of me that it doesn't work in 2013. So I'm releasing that part, and I'm mourning, if you will, that part of myself that is not working for me. Because I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. And so just sitting with that part of myself that feels like, why me? And I know that that part of myself is leaving. I feel her. And I'm not going to hold on to that part of myself that is leaving, that needs to go, that has to go. I'm going to step into my power. I'm going to step into the love that I feel for myself deeply. And if I don't feel it, I'm going to cultivate it even more. Isn't it amazing? We make so many strides. We have so many things in our lives that we love about ourselves and material things that come into our world. And sometimes we still got some fixing to do. You know, a lot of times, too, when we feel a certain kind of malaise or a certain kind of sadness, we're also picking up a consciousness of sadness. So there's a collective thing going on. There are many women right now really shedding. Even though the full moon is about really, in a lot of ways, giving birth, I think all moons, in my opinion, is about shedding and releasing and letting it go. And I think that the universe is saying, we could do this nice and easy, or we could do this hard. Which way do you want it? I know as women we need a hut or a tent or a place where we could go to heal each other, to support each other, and to love each other. Maybe sometimes without the male form always being there. Because unfortunately during the red time, they might get hurt. Alright, but you know what I'm saying. It's on a mental, physical, or spiritual level, and it's really, really not them. Now I'm not going to say it's not them, like there's not somebody in your life that when you're around them, their vibrational frequency is so low, because that's what also I think is going on. Somebody asked me, and I thought it was a great question. I get it all the time, every year, but it's always a good question. What do you do when you eat a certain way? You're a raw vegan or a vegan, and you are metaphysical, and you're delving into the esoterics, but nobody around you is. And you feel so isolated and so alone. And you know you have a glimpse of feeling great because you're in such a high vibrational frequency. I'll give you an example. When I was in Milwaukee, that was a high vibrational frequency, like-minded people, Sister B, her mom Cynthia, her dad. I mean, I could go on and on. Marion, Dr. Cornwell, all of us, just a high vibrational frequency. You don't have to explain things 20 times. Everything you speak of, everybody gets. And then you hang out with somebody who just does not really get you, who cannot really hang, and it's not even being conceited or boastful, but just can't really hang where you are. So you have to bring down your vibrational frequency to be with that person. That's what's going on with me, and I feel it. And it's such a struggle and a strain and a pull to not to be up here, because I got to come down here so I can match his vibrational frequency, so somewhat it could be harmonious. But if you have disharmony within yourself, it can't be harmonious. And so I know, see, talking on camera, see, to you all, I just remembered that. It's a vibrational frequency that when I'm around a particular person that's in my life, that I feel like I'm going down as opposed to moving up. And I know because then I have a couple in my life, oh my God, beautiful Bay Area couple, my spiritual teachers, Gregory Joe Bledsoe and his beautiful wife Nasira, my spiritual teachers. Every time I'm around them, my vibrational frequency is like, whoa, I'm excited, I'm laughing, I'm joyful. Then my friend comes around. And woo, I have to explain everything 50 times. Most of the time he doesn't really hear me because he's in his own head. It's just, and he's such a nice guy too, but his frequency is so low. And so, yeah, I'm dealing with that today. And sometimes you take on others' vibrational frequency if you're not lucky, or if you're not careful. If you're lucky, you don't do it. But I think that was become very difficult, particularly if it's an intimate relationship. We're going to let the traffic go by. Especially if it's an intimate relationship. I know that it would be smart of us to not invite vibrational frequencies in our lives, no matter how lonely we think that we are, or how much we are starving for that stimulation, that maybe that intellectual or metaphysical stimulation. my question, or my answer to the question, is what do you do when you're in a situation where you feel alone? If you hold on and stay at that vibrational frequency, it would have to attract others like it. I think the reason why we're not meeting many people on that level and then staying on that level is because we're not holding the frequency ourselves as long. You know, it's a challenge in a good way to hold the frequency that long, and we're not doing it. So then that loneliness feeling comes along, and then we allow the low vibrational person to come in, and then we're sitting there mad, sad, not feeling good, acting like we don't even want to be here, when really it's not even us. We do want to be here. We want to be here. We want to thrive. We want to love. We want to be joyful. See, when you're starting to get depressed, notice the people around you. Somebody that is constantly draining you. Somebody that you're constantly teaching. Especially somebody that you're in a relationship with and you feel like you're constantly having to assist. Which really, you know, let's talk about this. Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like it's your responsibility to make sure that somebody understands you? That's not really your responsibility. I think our responsibility, if any, is to understand ourselves. And so, yeah, so I'm going through all this. Y'all, I still go through it. That's why I'm here. That's why I make these videos. That's why I do consultations, because I tell you, I heal in the process. I heal in the process. Brothers and sisters, if you are trying to let go of low vibrational frequencies in your life, whether that's low vibrational frequency food, people, places, things, circumstances, ideas, I would love to assist you. I know a little something about those things. And so I'm doing my consultations. You can go to my website at www.theblackberrybeauty.com so we could talk one-on-one. But I tell you what you can do for those feelings that seem like they may be depression. I say it like that because I don't like to label things and then we buy into it and we become it. You know what I mean? Sit in the sun. Sit in the sun, because right now, y'all, I just want to say hallelujah. I'm feeling so amazing. Sitting in the sun, I just came out of a sea salt bath. So taking your baths, clearing your chakras, allowing things to just move away from you. And know that it's only one day, and sometimes a moment in the day, that you're feeling down, and that you can't hold on as this being your life. Know that this too shall pass. Anyway, I thank you all for listening to me. Kind of random video, but those are good too. They're all good, to be honest, because long as it is a true expression of your heart when you are speaking, you can't go wrong. This is Nubia I, the Royal Goddess, the womb priestess, and the holistic practitioner, and I'm sending you high vibrational frequencies. Peace and blessings.